this is just a horrific story, and a real indication of the state of our culture and the decay, at least of parts of our culture, the decay of parts of our culture, the shallowness and superficiality of it is pretty shocking. You've probably seen the story. It's all over. People are commenting on it, on this woman, Lily Phillips, I think her name is, who had sex with 101 men in a day on camera. Sex with 101 men in a day on camera. I think after she did it, she didn't seem too happy about the experience. I mean, this is this is so disgusting, offensive, stupid. And she has a right to do it. It's not illegal to have sex with 101 men in one day. But just think about 24 hours, 100 men. It's 4 an hour. If you go 24 hours, you probably don't go 24 hours. So it's more than 4 an hour. It's disgusting for everybody. You're just a container. It's not sex. And how could she not feel empty, violated? And what about the men? Who are these creeps? Who would want to have sex with a woman who's on a chain thing of one after the other? It is despicable and horrible, and the fact that she could, the fact that people will watch this, the fact that she probably made a lot of money on it. I think this is on OnlyFans. It says something about how shallow and horrible and just disgusting the culture in which we live is. Sex, this amazing, beautiful thing, is turned into what? Spectator sports? It's not a man and woman anymore. I don't know what it is. The words. It's hard to find the words to describe how ugly and despicable this is. And the fact is that this creates, real waves in the culture, and people respond to this, and people are engaged with this, and that there are people that are interested in participating, watching, consuming all of this. Not a good sign. Not a good sign. This is kind of I guess the peak porn. This is the ultimate in porn. So I feel sorry for her, and I feel sorry for anybody participating in it. It's pretty despicable and disgusting. But there it is. In what is missing in our culture, which is the positive. What is missing is a positive view of sex. So you've got Ben Shapiro talking about this, and his attitude is, of course, well, this is what happens when you have sex outside of marriage, and this is what happens when you have a culture that elevates sex like this, and you have the Christian conservatives flipping out completely. But their antidote, their answer to this is to repress and to stop and to block and to deny sex and to deny the value of sex, and outside of marriage, of course. And that's how we got into this mess. That's how we got into this mess. It's the repression that Christianity creates around sex that results in the absurd, materialistic, disgusting promiscuity that much of our culture participates in. And, so without that repression, without that pretty disgusting view of sex that Christianity has, you would never get this kind of backlash. What we need is a proper view of sex. Sex as a healthy, beautiful, amazing, pleasurable, satisfying activity that a man or woman, or two men or two women, can engage in and enjoy, but that it is both a physical and a spiritual thing. It is ultimately about values. It is ultimately about visibility. It's ultimately about a real bond between the people involved. And when you take that bond away, when you take the spiritual element away, when you take values away, it becomes like it's a robot. It becomes meaningless, and it becomes it becomes just horrible and disgusting. And this is the consequences. This is a consequence of kind of the dichotomy that views, if I'm going to combat Christianity, then I have to combat it with pure materialism. Sex should be something that people enjoy inside marriage, outside of marriage, but enjoy with people they value, people they like, people that they can bond with, people that they really enjoy having sex with. I mean, one of the maybe good things that happened with this woman is that the interview that she did afterwards, it was so clear how traumatized she was by it. Maybe people rethink their attitude towards sex as a result. I don't know, but it really, to view sex as an empty material act is horrible. To view sex as this, one, you can only do it with one person ever in your life, and it's almost like an act of communal with God, is wrong, and the one feeds off the other. A objective approach to sex is dearly needed in our world.